My name is Madison Harding, and I'm originally from Phoenix, but I've lived in San Diego for 8 years now. I did undergrad at Arizona State, various community colleges, including in San Diego, and then I finished at San Diego State. Major was kinesiology with an emphasis in pre-physical therapy. I am currently a grad student here at Point Loma Nazarene University, and I work at a community college it's in the Grossmont district at Cuyamaca College in institutional research. The first biomechanical course I took was at San Diego State, and I didn't know much about it, but it was just one of those core classes that we had to do to finish. Honestly, it was the trig part. The trigonometry. There's some trigonometry that is involved, a little bit of math, light math, and it was just a different avenue. Instead of learning about muscles and tendons and bones all day long, it was about planes of movement and the triangles and trigonometry to planes of movement, and seeing those muscles actually be put into play from a movement standpoint, basically, versus just learning about it. I officially finished all my coursework just a couple weeks ago, and now I'm working on my thesis and internship. So in light of COVID right now, the plan is to do a thesis on running mechanics of females with the Nike Vaporflies and collecting data. And let's see, the research question is there a difference between running mechanics while wearing a Vaporfly and not wearing a Vaporfly shoe? And this really piqued my interest because it was so controversial in the running world, and that it was deemed as maybe cheating, or even the running competitions had to tweak some of their rules as far as if a shoe is a certain amount of thickness and whatnot. And so that was pretty interesting, just the controversy effect. And I haven't quite narrowed that down yet. However, I am looking at the MTP joint, the metatarsal phalangeal joint, possibly some knee mechanics and angles. Ankle would be a good one too. So I'm still kind of playing around with what exact kinematics I want to look at. However, anything lower, obviously lower body, would be of interest from the knee down. That's my most interest. Absolutely. The original plan when I was 17 years old was to be a physical therapist, and I have worked in a couple clinics. I did some shadowing hours, and I worked in a hospital briefly, and it just wasn't my passion. It just didn't click with me anymore. So once biomechanics was actually an option, that was more appealing to me. You do work with new computer programs, which is very beneficial, even not in biomechanics, but in other aspects of life. I view them as more of like video games, because you're just learning a new program and you're learning how it works and you're watching things move, similar to a video game. And I would be more interested in working in maybe like a gait lab, or it's just a similar area of a lab where you have human participants and monitoring their movement and how you can maybe correct their movement, or after surgery or injury or the military. So whatever the world offers, I guess. Yeah, definitely don't take shortcuts in your labs, because that's just going to do a disservice for you. Write some healthy lab reports, obviously. Don't just do the bare minimum. Obviously do the bare minimum and do it well, but don't just do it just to do it. Is actually take it in, because it's actually very exciting if you make it exciting. If you're bored already, you're going to be bored, but it's actually awesome to see things in motion, read the data, because that is so valuable, especially I work at a community college. Just knowing what a p-value is, or just knowing what percentages mean compared to one another. A lot of people don't know how to read data, which is really, you'll be amazed how many people don't know how. So to have that leg up of, I can read data, is actually a big bonus, not even just in kinesiology, but it could take you other places.